Miami, where prosecutors say a high school student became a hacker for hire, taking other students' cash and changing their grades online. We have a photo of the 18-year-old suspect, and here he is. Prosecutors say the principal called the police after this teenager broke into an electronic grading system. The student was set to graduate in just a few weeks, but the school could now expel him instead. He also faces some serious legal trouble. He went before a judge just last week.
You've been arrested on 4 counts of offenses against intellectual property, public records exemption, and 4 counts of offenses against computer users.
And all of those charges are felonies. So now he's on house arrest, $20,000 bail. Let's take this to a lawyer. Anna Yum is a criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor, and live with us this afternoon. Do they have a case against him, or is this overkill?
You know what? You can make both arguments, Shep. I think that the key issue in this case is whether there were any modifications made, because it's not just gaining access or computer hacking into a system. It's whether he modified some kind of data that was already existent. So if the prosecution can prove that he modified this data that was already existent, then under the law, they could make a case, but it's hard to tell whether a jury would convict on those facts given his age.
If you're the school system, it kind of makes sense that they would come down hard on anybody who does something like this, if nothing else but to set themselves up to say you can't do this.
Right, and that's exactly my point, Shep. It's, you know, in years past, I think that you could argue that the punishment would just be a slap on the wrist, maybe a couple days suspension, maybe he wouldn't be able to walk during the graduation ceremony. But now this is real life with real consequences, and it just goes to show that the laws are constantly changing to keep up with cybercrime and with technology. This is not Ferris Bueller's Day Off or War Games. This is his life.
Where is it your sense that these sort of laws will come together? School districts across the country are dealing with this sort of thing, or at least the potential of it. And it's my understanding that educators across the country want to send a similar voice.
That's right, and I think that's what the school system is doing in this case. It's not right for someone to be able to go in, hack in, and alter someone else's grades or their own grades when there's other students who are competing and not on the same level. Other school students are in AP classes and they're doing their best to get grades. So of course I can understand the educator's perspective in terms of maintaining a level playing field and to make sure that this kind of activity doesn't happen. Now on the flip side, of course, the defense's argument is, well, don't you think this is a little overkill or overcharge? I mean, this is an 18-year-old student who has his whole life ahead of him, and of course he made a stupid choice, but to really cause him to lose the things that he has to do in the rest of his life, I don't know. That's where you have to have that balancing act.
Yeah, well, he should have thought a few weeks ago. Anna, it's great to see you. Thank you.
Nice to see you, Shep. Thank you.
All right, the producer